Hey everybody, there are a ton of ways that you can follow us online. We've got our website, realnerdspodcast.com, that you can go to and you can read articles and find the podcast episodes there as well. If you like social media, you can follow us on Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast or on Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. You can also call us anytime and leave a voicemail at 720-6nerds5, and then we'll play your voicemail on the show. Thanks for listening. I hope you like us.
Hi, this is Georges Genti, and you are listening to Real Nerds Podcasts.
Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast at Denver Pop Culture Con 2021, because 2020 is a fuck year. And I'm Ryan. With me via Zoom is Henry.
Hello.
And Brad.
What's up?
I am coming to you live from my Forerunner because the power went out in my house. But what's cool about my new Forerunner is if I hook up my iPhone to my dash, I have Apple CarPlay, so it charges my phone while I can use apps as long as my vehicle remains in park. So, I mean, it'll still charge my phone and let me play music in Apple CarPlay, but it will not let me do Zoom video conferencing.
So are you in your car right now?
I am.
Fucking road trip episode. I love it.
Totally. So yeah, that's where we're at in this fucking year of 2020.
Podcasting from our cars.
Yeah, you know, the only thing I really care about is I don't want to have to throw out my food in my refrigerator, so I'm hoping that they get it on in the next couple of hours.
Fuck, that would suck. My God.
Yeah, and I literally just went to the grocery store yesterday.
Jesus,
and I'm sitting there.
Christ.
I know, I'm sitting there looking at, like, the steak and, the pork roast I have, and I go, you motherfuckers.
Just early Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, I have a gas stove, so if it keeps going, I'll just cook fucking everything.
Yeah, there you go.
And then try to stop it from happening. We'll see how it goes, guys. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure Excel's going to race up here. They're known for their customer service.
Yeah.
And I'll have power in like 10 minutes, I'm sure. See, If you live in Colorado, my Excel joke just totally landed, like, great.
I mean, Go ahead, Brad.
Everyone here is just nodding quietly in their cars as they're listening to the podcast. Like, yeah, Excel.
yeah. Fuck Excel.
I mean, listen, all our international or interstatal listeners, just substitute in whatever your energy provider is, because it's the same thing across the nation. And so,
I mean, for all we know, they're the same company with different brands.
There we go. Conspiracy.
Per state.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
And the reason Excel, I was actually looking into this because I said, man, why do I have to have Excel Energy? You know? And they're allowed to service every home in Colorado because they provide something that everybody needs, so it's not considered a monopoly.
It's not cool.
How messed up is that?
I moved. Go ahead, Brad.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I moved into my new apartment right at the beginning of COVID, right before lockdown happened. And because of that, PSEG, my energy people, they emailed me being like, listen, we're not going to go out and meter you or anything. So we're just going to do an estimate based on what your month was last month. And so I wasn't there last month. My energy bill, since I moved here in March, has been $10 a month ever since.
Fuck yeah.
But I got an email from them a couple days ago being like, all right, we did the meter and we're just going to, because we didn't do the meter before, here's a $500 bill for your apartment.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So luckily I'm getting paid this week, but that would have been a fucking bummer to deal with. And so.
Wait, so they're back charging you?
Yeah. So they're back charging me for all of my previous months all at once. And so That's fine.
Without reading the meters for those months.
Yeah, they're like, well, you did this much this month, so we're just going to assume you did this much these months. So
that's pretty shitty.
Yeah.
And so there's no one in your apartment before you for like a month?
No, because no one was vacant. No one was in my apartment before I came in. Like, it was a vacant apartment, like refurbished and everything. So no one was using energy in there. And so they assumed that I was also not using energy then. And so my bill was the minimum of $10 for ever since March, which was great. And then now here, so I'd prefer if it was like, I don't know. But
I was surprised it was a vacant apartment at your income level in New York.
Yeah, it was like refurbished, and it was like a new building and that kind of thing. So I just lucked out. But anyway.
But what we do on this podcast is we go see a new movie every week, and we podcast our experience of the world. This is still technically a new movie. I guess it's 4 weeks old. We saw The New Mutants this week. So stay tuned to the end of the show where we'll tell you if you should see the film or not, play the trailer, and then spoil the film. We also talk about movies that are coming out on Blu-ray, movie news, and what we've been watching. And probably the most high-octane segment on our show is Going Around Town with Brad.
Hey, film buddies, follow me around Denver.
Brad, is there anything happening around town?
It's getting less and less now that we're heading into winter. The 88 Drive-In is keeping with their lineup of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, The Blind Side, and Spider-Man Far From Home. And the Fort Collins Drive-In still has Tenet and then New Mutants on one screen, and then the Broken Hearts Gallery, and then Bill and Ted Face the Music on the other. And there is a special presentation of Purple Rain, September 17th. So one day only.
Right on.
And then, might as well, since there's not much else going on, the super expensive Denver Film Society Film on the Rocks Drive-In startup it's confusing because the website says final week through September, but they still list week 8, which is the first week of October, as having movies. So I'm guessing maybe they planned ahead and then they decided that attendance was low, so we'll just make September the final week anyway. But September 24th through 27th, they've got Talladega Nights, Scott Pilgrim, Back to the Future, and The Fifth Element. And if that's just a website typo, week 8 will be The Thing, Candyman, Ghostbusters, and Labyrinth. So,
right on.
Like I said, expensive, $60 per car. So if you go by yourself, that sucks.
With
bend over
and the New York Film Festival this year, what they're doing for some drive-in stuff is they cost like $60 a ticket to a screening for the New York Film Festival this year, and they have the drive-in, and they have an option where you can rent a car, and that's how they're justifying. Like, the car rental comes with the $60 or whatever, but that's how they're justifying charging that much, when usually a ticket for New York Festival is like $10-15. And so,
wow,
leave it to the art world to fucking charge the ass out of all of their consumers right now. And so,
wow, cool.
So that's what's going on around town.
Yeah. We also explore the world of movies through movie news.
It's real news!
There's actually not a lot going on this week. Wonder Woman got moved again because Warner Brothers isn't releasing their box office numbers for Tenet, and I guess by doing that, they're kind of telling everybody it's not making money, but we don't know because they don't say. All they know is that they keep on moving dates for films, and I'll talk about Tenet more and what we've been watching. But as I was watching Tenet, I was thinking I would have led like reopening movie theaters with Wonder Woman, and the reason why is because Wonder Woman is, everybody knows who she is, people are excited for the movie. And you're not going to have this divide amongst moviegoers. Because there's a great article on Variety this morning. I think it was Variety, where they talked about like the com score, Cine score for Tenet was only a B, and that's because you're not that the film is poorly made. Like, so I'll talk about it more, but you're asking people to go see a $200 million movie that is, like a thriller that's dealing with backwards and forwards. It's not as easily accessible as something like a Wonder Woman. Yeah. And so I just thought it was, as I was watching Tenet, I was like, man, they should have really opened with Wonder Woman, because like I just said, I think if Wonder Woman would have opened, people would have been more excited to come to theaters. And, that's why everyone's like, is, Black Widow going to keep its release date and all these other movies. And you've seen the fallout for some, like Candyman got pushed to next year. But also, too, I would think the movie studios are doing a really big disservice to movie theaters, where, they're not, if you look at everything now, except I saw a new Black Widow trailer today, but if you look at everything now, it's only in theaters, and they're not giving you a firm date. Yeah. They're not telling you exactly how much where it's going to be at. And by them not releasing, and it's a great article, they say that they go to this website and they're able to pull the information hourly for how much money films are making, and that's how they do their projections now. And by them not releasing it, they're kind of hurting not only the movie theaters, but the other studios are like, well, is this making money? Is it worth it to put this film out? And you can tell that no one knows. And it's, I don't know, you guys can chime on it too. I think they're doing a real big disservice to theaters, because
they might be doing it on purpose, because now with all the streaming services belonging to the studios, I think they might be trying to drive people away from theaters.
And that wouldn't surprise me either. But I read another article where Mulan did okay. Yeah, it's something like 20 something million, which I guess is good in 1 week for just. But again, why would you? This is the model I hated with Mulan. Is you're going to force me to spend $30, or you can make me wait 2 months when it just shows up on Disney Plus anyways. Yeah. And I don't think that's a good business model. And you're like backstabbing people that like to go to theaters, the theater goers. And if they would have said, because now, Tenet's been out this is going into its third week this next week. If they would have said, hey, you know what? Mulan is for sure opening September 28th, and they started marketing it as it's showing up, then I think you'd have something different. Because if you look at even Tenet's marketing, it's, they only decided maybe 4 or 5 days before Labor Day that they're like, yeah, we're going to put it in theaters where you can have it. And so I think they should really rally behind the theaters like they say they want to, because right now they're not. It's all about,
like I said, I think they do, because, you have to split tickets revenue with the theater, whereas on streaming, they get 100% of it, of that $30.
Yeah. No, and I get it, but I'm glad Mulan did okay, because to me, it's a big fuck you to everybody with Disney. And I love Disney, but you're telling me you're actually spending more on Mulan because you have to have the subscription service as well.
Yeah,
like total. Yeah, it's like $40 total, like at the end of the day. And fucking, I watched Mulan this week, and I can tell you straight up, it is not worth $40. And so,
and where a business model like Mulan would work is if you're a family and you have like 8 kids, or 4 kids. But at the same time, I have a hard time believing that, all your 4 kids want to watch Mulan. And I don't know. I don't like the business model. I think it's really deceptive, and it's like a fuck you to people that, depend on it. But anyways, that's my rant for the week as I was watching Tenet, and they moved Wonder Woman again.
Well, didn't they just also undo the law that said that studios can't own theaters recently? Yep. So I'm sure that the studios do want the theaters to go up, and so they can open Amazon movies or fucking Disney experience theaters. And
that might be the next play is, bankrupt these theaters and then buy them up and then turn them into Disney theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows?
Sucks.
And yeah, it sucks hardcore. And really the only other piece of news I have is not, it's actually pretty cool if you're a Marvel fan, is Jonathan Majors, who's really great in Lovecraft County, if you haven't watched it yet, has been cast as Kang the Conqueror for Ant-Man 3. If you don't know who Kang the Conqueror is, he's a dude who can travel through time and just fucks with the Avengers throughout time.
Well, the Avengers can travel through time, so they can fuck with them
So
back.
yeah, I'm thinking there might be a fallout from them doing it, and I think Kang the Conqueror might be that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that he's showing up, because he's a really complicated villain too to follow through continuity, because he's always changing. You know, he has these things where there's more than one of them because he shows up in different timelines. But he's a really cool villain. I'm guessing he's not going to look like he looks like in the comics, with a big blue head and a purple helmet with a green tunic on. But hey, maybe.
You mean how they did Apocalypse?
Yeah, I kind of like Apocalypse. Yeah, you know what's funny is as I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure Kang the Conqueror, if I remember correctly, is also Egyptian, which is a lot like Apocalypse. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I have only a few Kang comic books, so I'm not as well versed as him as a villain. I do know he travels through time to fuck with people and change history, and there's multiple versions of him throughout time.
That sounds like a good villain for an Ant-Man film too, where it is more comical and you can kind of play with that, and you know.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it'll work out well. I mean, he's a cool villain, and with the Avengers, you know, you have to have a threat that can, you know, a guy who, who can go through time and, you know, maybe wipe an Avenger off the face of the earth before he even has a chance to be an Avenger. Yeah. You know, kind of like the Terminator and John Connor.
Yeah,
I think can work well, and they got a good actor to do it too. So, we'll hopefully see Kang. I don't know when is even Ant-Man 3 supposed to be officially.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do they have a release date for that yet?
No, because I'm pretty sure it's going, well, Black Widow, Eternals, then Spider-Man, then Thor, and then maybe they're going to fast track Ant-Man because of the unfortunate passing of Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
So they'll maybe move Ant-Man instead of where Black Panther 2 was supposed to be, until they figure out Ant-Man. Oh, but I think Doctor Strange is in there somewhere too.
Yeah. Doctor Strange is in like the ones that they've officially announced the release dates for. The thing the closest thing I can find was an article from a couple days ago that says at some point in 2022 is when Ant-Man 3 will come out.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's news, guys. Unless I missed anything, I think it's kind of a mellow week.
Yeah.
I mean, the only really big news too is they're actually filming the Uncharted movie, and you know Tom Holland's been posting about it. So, you know, hell will freeze over when that movie actually sees a release date.
Well, I was gonna say this whole year is God saying we are not allowed to make an Uncharted fucking movie. So do whatever he can to stop that from happening. So
it might be. It truly might be. But yeah, we'll see. Cool. So Henry, you said you pulled up our movie releases for next week, correct?
I think I did.
All right. This is what's coming out on Blu-ray.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
All right, so next week there's the Steelbook of Top Gun.
Nice.
There's Mr. Jealousy, which if no one's heard of that, that's a really early film from the director of Marriage Story. So if you want to look more into him, that's one that you can look into. And that's about it. That's all. Unless I'm looking at the wrong thing, then that's all I can really find.
You're on Digital Bits.
I'm on Digital Bits, yeah.
So Digital Bits sometimes doesn't post things, but I have more if Brad, if you don't have it up.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
There's a steelbook of the 21 and 22 Jump Street movies coming out. Outlander,
Ultra 4K?
Ultra 4K, yeah. Outlander Season 5.
I was looking at the wrong page, I'm sorry. I was looking at Future, not the one that... I found the one you're looking at, I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you want to continue, or...?
No, I'm sorry. I needed to explain myself so I didn't seem as pathetic.
Vestron Video has 2 new releases. Little Monsters with Fred Savage and Howie Mandel. And
that's one of those...
Go ahead.
Sorry, Little Monsters is one of those movies that everybody thinks is good, and it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I watched it, I think, last year, and I was like, oh, this is a fun little thing from the late 80s, early 90s, and no, it is not. It just sucks.
Yep.
And then the other Vestron is David Cronenberg's Shivers.
I've never seen that one. I do like the cover, though.
Yeah, there's a girl in a bathtub with her head laying over the side, and there's like, I think some
Like leeches or something?
leeches, yeah. Being terrified is just the beginning.
Oh,
Battlefield Earth is on Blu-ray.
finally.
Nice.
Not sure who was asking for that. Jeremy Renner's turn as Jeffrey Dahmer has a collector's edition Blu-ray.
That's an okay movie.
There's an Arrow release of something called Jesus Shows You the Way to the Highway. Welcome to
And he's
Psycho
not
Punk.
picking up hitchhikers.
There's a Blu-ray release of The Two Jakes, the sequel to Chinatown, which I saw once.
Is it Roman Polanski?
No, it's directed by Jack Nicholson, starring
Yeah,
Jack
yeah.
Nicholson.
All right, good. I don't know if I've ever said this, but fuck Roman Polanski.
What? What's
You
your
know
beef with
what?
him?
I will
Oh,
say.
well, let me tell you some Hollywood history, Brad.
Please don't.
I will say that no matter what Two Jakes is, it's better than Chinatown for one reason and one reason alone. And so,
There's like an analogy, like Chinatown's about water, and like The Two Jakes is about oil.
Hmm.
no, I've not seen Two Jakes, so I couldn't tell you. I just know that it's better than Chinatown.
Yeah, it's like
So,
an oil rig deal or something that doesn't go great. I don't know.
yeah.
I saw it like 20 years ago when I worked at Hollywood Video, and I could get rentals for free.
Nice.
Nice.
The Phantom with Billy Zane has a Blu-ray.
Yeah, you tell him, Billy Zane.
Vampire in Brooklyn. A lot of catalog titles coming out. There's a bunch of stuff that Zach would like. Spawn of the North, Disputed Passage,
Yeah.
The Ghostbreakers, The Cat and the Canary. I don't know what these are. They just have old poster art on them, and they look like they're up Zach's alley.
The 1 week he's not on the podcast.
Yep. So that's how it works. Yeah, that's kind of the big stuff. There's a Criterion of Beau Travail.
Yeah, it's. I will say, as the resident pretentious one,
Yes.
I'm not a. It's a super well loved movie within the art house community. I'm not super into it. The best part of that movie is the fucking cover for the Criterion right now. It's just a really well designed cover. I was honestly thinking about buying it solely for the cover, but I wouldn't recommend it to anyone who listens to this show, unless you're like me and pretentious. And then the other one I would mention that you didn't mention is Weathering with You, the Blu-ray. Is an anime film from the director who made Your Name a couple years ago, which I really, really loved.
Yeah, Corinne was saying a bunch about it on the show.
Yeah, and so that's a Blu-ray of that, so I'd recommend that as well.
Yeah, there's more catalog stuff. DEFCON 4, The King and I, the animated one from the 90s. I missed it. Arrow. There's another Arrow. Alice, Sweet Alice. I don't know if it feels like the ones at the bottom are also re-releases. 1031 Part 2, which is a horror anthology thing, is coming out. Yeah.
The one thing that Digital Bits doesn't show is the Best Buy exclusive steelbooks. One that I don't know if I'm going to get. I might get it to surprise my wife, but Hocus Pocus is coming out on 4K, and the steelbook's kind of cool at Best Buy. Also, I actually have, for some reason, I got an update from Amazon saying I'm getting it today, but Roman Holiday is part of Paramount's Presents, makes its Blu-ray debut.
Oh, yeah, I missed that.
Which is Audrey Hepburn won an Academy Award for that. And there's also a Nightmare on Elm Street steelbook, and I think you got everything else. Cool.
Speaking of Best Buy, there is in 2 weeks, the 29th, the Evil Dead 1 and 2 steelbook and the Mad Max Fury Road 4K for both of those. It's coming out, so.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I probably will. Who am I kidding? But I mean, I just got the 4Ks, and it's just repackaged. But you know, can't help myself. I love you and nobody else.
I have to get them because my like my Necronomicon versions are just cracking and falling apart. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, mine are too. I don't even open them anymore. I actually put them away because, like, when you open it, the spine on them would just disintegrate.
Yeah, and all the cotton falls out.
Yep.
Yeah. Did not
Cool.
think that one
We
through.
also no, but it still looks cool.
Yeah.
We also watch movies throughout the week in a segment I call "What We've Been Watching." Henry, what have you been watching? I also want to say too, I think this is the first time it's been the combination of you, Brad, and myself on Real Nerds Podcast.
The best team.
Yeah.
That's right. They kept us away for too long.
Exactly.
The
This was all
A-team-
conspiracy theory.
The A-teams are reserved for special occasions.
Well, of course. New Mutants is probably the film of the year. And so we needed to get
Probably.
the...
Those fools for not being on this episode.
They don't know what they're missing.
So I quickly brought up the stats sheet, and right away, the Martian episode has Yumi and Henry.
Oh, shit. All right, there we go.
Ah.
So
Well, that was a good movie. So
Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, I think that movie was also I want to say that movie was partnered with Sicario even.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, good
nice
episode.
memory.
Listen, I can remember certain things, but I'm an idiot in every other regard. And so it's fine.
I've been on almost every episode, and like your and Zach's memory of actually what is contained in those episodes is pretty impressive.
Well, don't worry. It's because Zach and I are fucking losers. And so,
You have younger brains that aren't
yeah,
deteriorating.
that's it. We'll just do that. So,
Yep.
what's my turn?
Yes.
All right, cool. What I've been watching is my girlfriend and I wanted to watch Chadwick Boseman film, and neither of us had seen 21 Bridges, so we decided to check that one out. And we both liked it. I think it reminded me a lot of like that classic kind of New York cop kind of action mystery kind of film that you would see in like the 90s and the 80s and that kind of thing. But it was a lot better and a lot more fun than I was expecting it to be. And so I'd recommend that if people have not seen it already.
Is that streaming somewhere, Henry?
Streaming somewhere? It surely was.
Okay. Why?
We wouldn't have bought it. We didn't. No, we didn't do that. We streamed it, I'm sure, from somewhere. But beyond that, I also watched, as the residential pretentious person.
Nerd.
Hi. We watched it on Showtime anytime. 21 Bridges, by the way. But I'm thinking of ending things, so that way you didn't have
No,
to.
Henry, don't do it.
Thanks. But
Choose life.
I will. But if you're interested in art house type stuff, I really enjoyed I'm Thinking of Ending Things, but it is a film that I will fully admit that when the film ended, I understood basically none of it. I picked up on a couple of the hints that the director was dropping, but I had to read like a long analysis of it to fully understand it. But if you're into that kind of stuff, I think it is a very well done film. I like it. I like it more than the director's other basically incomprehensible work. And so I like that one a fair amount. The Rental, which is Dave Franco's directorial debut, which is a horror-esque thriller. It stars like Dan Stevens, Alison Brie, the guy who plays.
Wait, how did he get Alison Brie?
I know,
he
it was a
married
big
her.
get for him. He must have offered, but anyway,
Points or something, right?
probably points. Yeah. But it's interesting because The Rental is harmless for the most part. I will say there's nothing really particularly wrong with it. Have either of you seen it?
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
I was curious.
It's harmless, I would say. Like there's nothing really great about the premise of it is that these two couples go to a like Airbnb. They go to an Airbnb just to get away for like a weekend. And like I don't want to spoil anything, but there's just a lot of it's one of those things where in a very bad things or that kind of thing where things just go off the rails, but many things go off the rails, and that's kind of the thrill and horror of it, kind of thing. Everyone in it's good, and I think that everything in it is fine. Like, nothing super impressed me, but nothing was bad either, I will say. I think it's a very good thing. The only thing I thought of while watching is that it's a horror film made by rich people and was made using all his rich friends and that kind of thing. So I feel a lot less likely to recommend it, because it's like, well, why was this made then? Why did you feel like you had to make this horror film, Dave Franco? I'd much rather recommend a film from a more independent and less well-known filmmaker. And that's kind of just my thoughts on it. And also, like, the ending is kind of awful. Like, there's just not, it doesn't really it lacks a lot of substance, I would say. But I mean, if it ends up on like a stream, if it ends up on Netflix or Amazon, which I'm sure it will at some point, it's not bad. So if you're looking for that kind of thing, then I think it's inoffensive, but you wouldn't write home about it, I think. I watched a lot of foreign films that no one gives a shit about. But one that I will mention that I think that no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about pretentious art house Criterion shit that literally no one should like, kind of thing. But what I will say I did see that I did enjoy is Joint Security Area is a Korean film that is made by the same guy who made Old Boy. And I really enjoyed it. It's a whodunit film where a Swiss agent is brought to Korea because in the middle of a night, a South Korean guard limped over the border from North Korea into South Korea. A South Korean guard did that. And so the Swiss investigator comes in and basically to figure out, how did this happen? How did a South Korean guard end up in North Korea? How did he get injured where he had to limp across? And what were the events that had happened? It's a whodunit, but with that scenario, a whodunit revolving around the border issue of North and South Korea. It's really fascinating. It's really interesting. The guy who plays the dad in Parasite is in it as one of the North Korean guards. But I highly recommend that. I liked it a lot. It's on Mubi, which I know no one has. But if you happen to get a free trial to Mubi, that's how I saw it. I really enjoyed it. And then beyond that, yeah, I mean, that's basically everything I watched. I didn't really watch anything really notable. I'm continuing with my YouTube film history channel, Chewing the Scenery, if you have not been watching, audience. And I recently, the episode that'll be coming up soon is on safari films of the early 1930s. And so I watched a couple of 1930s films to get prepared for that. But beyond that, that's basically all I watched. Yeah, and so.
Cool. Brad?
Yeah, I watched a few things. I saw Tenet again. I saw it in IMAX this time around, and it is certainly less confusing the second time. Less to follow because you've already obviously learned what's going on. So, and you can hear things better because you already know where things are going. So I enjoyed it more. It's definitely a blockbuster that pulls on your brain. So definitely see an IMAX if you can. And then
I don't know if you had the same issue. My girlfriend and I went and saw Tenet, and I don't know if it was just our theater, if it was all theaters, but it was so not even dialogue, not the thing that everyone's talking about. It was so loud that my girlfriend had to cover her ears at times. Was that an issue that you've had with your two theater experiences? Is it not the sound decibel level that I was hearing was that of a concert? Did you have that experience as well, or is that just my theater?
I didn't have that experience, but I've heard other people, Corinne said she did have that.
Okay.
So I guess all the theaters.
Well, my professors who are sound mixer, post sound mixers, have told me that the curse of being a sound mixer and a post sound mixer specifically is that you can make it as perfect as you want, but if someone from the audience in the theater goes to the manager of the theater and says it's too quiet or it's too loud, they'll just up it by a decibel each time, and then they won't move it since then. And so, if you go to a 7 o'clock showing and every showing before has been saying it's too quiet, then it's going to be so goddamn loud by 7 that it's going to be insane. And so it makes sense that this probably isn't the film's fault, it's the theater's. It's each theater's individual.
I think it's actually it's part of the film because I think it's to emphasize the score that
Yeah.
because I never thought like the dialogue was too loud, but I mean you could definitely feel the bass when anytime they did the score.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Nolan said something about, or his sound designer said that he wants you to feel like not be able to hear things, and like he wants the action to be so chaotic that you feel that.
I remember that
like
with
you're really
Dunkirk.
there.
Yeah, like I remember with Dunkirk, what he said for that film was that he wanted the audience to be in the same shoes as the soldiers, where they probably couldn't hear anything either.
Yeah.
And so
he just rolled that over into Tenet as well. Then at home, I watched a movie called Space Camp. Has anyone seen Space Camp but me?
Wait, is that?
It has Kate Capshaw, Leah Thompson, a Leaf Phoenix before he became Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh my God.
Shoot, who else? Tate Donovan.
It's called Space Camp?
Space Camp. It's from 1986. And...
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, and Kelly Preston. That was the other one.
Man.
And briefly Tom Skerritt. So anyway, Kate Capshaw is a woman who wants to do a spacewalk. And instead, her supervisor, Tom Skerritt, keeps passing her over for men to do the spacewalk. And she gets to do space camp instead as a counselor. And so Leah Thompson, Tate Donovan, Leaf Phoenix, like just a bunch of different people, different ages, do camp, but for NASA. And Leaf Phoenix has a little robot. God, I forget his name already. It's basically a BB-8 with spider legs.
Oh.
And
it's somehow more terrifying now.
Yeah. And he's a super advanced robot. Like, I don't think that we would have in reality, but it makes for some great cinema. And I guess some of the training sessions don't go well, and little Leaf Phoenix's feelings are hurt. Like some of the other counselors bully him because he won't like show people the robot. So the robot hacks into the NASA control system, and then while they're doing a test flight in the shuttle that's already prepped with fuel and ready to launch, the robot launches them into space. And so Kate Capshaw and her little team of everybody else has to figure out how to survive and get back to Earth because they're not supposed to be a real team in space.
Did you watch this because they're making a How Did This Get Made about this or anything like that?
Oh, I hope they are.
Because I was going to say, this sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, like it actually sounds amazing, but
no, it does, but it sounds ridiculous.
But watching it, it's really boring. Like,
oh, that's a bummer.
It's not the whole thing of them getting launched into space. I think happens halfway through, and you're not expecting it. Like the first half of it just seems like a recruitment ad for NASA. And you're just hearing about how Leah Thompson and Kate Capshaw want to be women in the space program. And
what? Women aren't allowed.
Except they are, but they're just not getting to do the spacewalks. And so luckily, once they're trying to survive in space, Kate Capshaw has to be the one to go outside the shuttle, so she finally gets to do her spacewalk to collect the whatever thing from the space station that they have to dock with. And the matte effects are really terrible in the cockpits. Like
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, all the star fields or whatever going through the windows, or don't trace around people's heads so well.
Yeah.
But I watched it because it was like on sale on some website that sells like Shout Factory stuff. I think actually I think it's a Kino, possibly, but it was cool. I saw it like as a VHS once. I was like, oh, I want to watch that sometime. So I watched it, and yeah, it's just not the fun space thing that I was hoping for. Just really silly. Like, there's no way these people would be in space. Like, the fact that they even put them on a training mission, like on a fully fueled rocket, that sentient robot can override. Just, yeah.
Well, it's like how you even explain the plot is that the camp counselors are bullying one of, I presume, the campers. And
it's the campers. Well, one of the counselors is, I guess, Kate Capshaw is the only counselor, but she's also like the same age as two of the other students.
Yeah.
Maybe like 5 years older. But
well, like the plot, regardless, is that like whoever's in charge bullies one of the campers because he won't show them a robot, and then the robot attempts to brutally kill them.
Yeah.
And so, like
yep. But he also sends the kid up into space too, so yeah, he's not really helping that kid out.
So a nihilist robot kills his friend and his enemies, and so
very cautionary tale.
Yeah. Of course.
Let's see. Then the other thing I watched was I did a free trial of Hulu, so I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows, the TV series.
It's a funny show.
Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes on the plane, I think like a year ago, because I was on Hulu and FX. I couldn't, finish it right away. So now I did. I've watched all 2 seasons of it that are on there, and it has some down parts, but for the most part, it's just kind of like, it's such a quietly like pay attention to the background type show humor.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. The funniest part, I think, is how they deliver the F word casually. It's not censored. There's some sweetness to the way that they deliver it in the show. It's like chef's kiss. Yeah. And there's like a lot of different guest stars. Like Mark Hamill is on there as a vampire with a grudge against Laszlo. And I like how they do they didn't do the characters from the movie. They made up new ones, but it's the same dynamic where they have a familiar, and he's disgruntled because the vampires won't turn him into a vampire, and he's been doing it for like 10 years. And so he's slowly like watching these vampire buffoons, just like grate on his nerves. But they do bring in Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi as the vampires in the show, but they're part of like the larger council. So it's like this show is just watching like a different house from the movie.
It sounds like it's a good job. I haven't seen it. It sounds like I've seen I think the first 2 episodes or so, but that's about it. And I remember I really like the energy vampire. The whole sucking just from boredom, I think, is a hilarious concept. That's
the most brilliant idea, and he gets a lot more plot lines. So it's not just like a background thing.
Well, it sounds like it was smart that they kept it close enough that you can tell that it's What We Do in the Shadows, but it's different enough to have its own kind of voice.
Yeah, it really expands on it while maintaining like what you liked about the movie. So, and the whole energy vampire thing is just like so brilliantly clever. Mm-hmm. Like when I first watched the Frieza episodes, I was like, oh, that's just like it's just he's explaining away like he's so boring, but the fact that he does have powers for real is just like that's so much better. Like every scene he's in, he's just like wearing everybody down and enjoying it. Like at one point he becomes like an internet troll, and like he just it's like pure energy to him because it's like the purest form of energy siphoning. So because people just go on and on and on in comment threads. It's great.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. I've been rewatching Mr. Show, but I've talked about that before.
Nice.
I wish there was more Mr. Show. Oh, I watched with Bob and David, and I was like, there's only 3 episodes on here, and then the behind the scenes episode. And I remembered they pulled the one that has the blackface in it.
Oh, did they really?
So, yeah, I have less. I'm like, just pull the sketch, like re-edit it. Like, don't delete all those other brilliant parts of the episode. So, there's less Mr. Show in our world right now because I can't buy it on Blu-ray either because it's Netflix.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Mm.
I guess they only put Daredevil and Orange is the New Black and House of the Cards on Blu-ray, I guess.
Yeah. Or Criterion buys it, and I hate to break it to you, I don't see the Criterion folks making a release of this. So
Yeah. You have to bootleg this one. Ryan, what'd you watch?
I worked so many hours this week. I haven't watched too much. But I watched, I got a Carol Lombard collection from Kino Lorber. They did 3 of her early films.
Hang on a sec. What'd you say?
Kino Lorber?
Oh my God, you said it right.
Oh, I was like, oh.
I've forgotten what it sounds like when someone actually pronounces it right.
So they released it in a 3 disc set, and one of her early films is called Fast and Loose. It's, there's a lot of movies. I don't know how many films you guys have watched from the 30s, but there's a lot of films from the 30s that always say that, the rich people aren't happy because they have money, and it's the poor people that are happy because they're showing them love. There's quite a bit of films like that, because, it's during the Depression and things like that. So
they want to make poor people feel good about the Depression?
Yeah, pretty much. So in Fast and Loose is a story of 2 spoiled rich kids. One is she's supposed to be engaged and marry, some count, and she doesn't want to. And then one day when she's driving home, she finds a guy swimming there, and he's a hunk. So they're out swimming. But then she finds out he's a mechanic. So she can't marry a mechanic. She's rich. This is not Carol Lombard, by the way. It's her name's Miriam. What's her name? Miriam. What's her name? Yeah. So she falls in love with Miriam Hopkins. She falls in love with, a mechanic, and she doesn't care that he doesn't have money. Okay, her heart wants the mechanic. But her father and her mother aren't going to stand by while she marries some mechanic. And then the brother, I think his name's Henry?
Oh, hey.
Yeah, his name's Henry. Man, I remember that. That's pretty good. He's a drunkard. And Carol Lombard, I forget her profession in the film, but she's in love with him, unless he's drunk. Oh, she's a chorus girl. I'm sorry. She's a chorus girl, so she doesn't have money either. But he's a drunk. And, so the movie plays out, eventually, because it's a 1930s Hollywood movie, too. There's a happy ending. But it's okay. It's a 1930s film that's okay. Not great, not horrible. I also watched Tenet this week. And that movie is, I mentioned it earlier in the show, it's good. I had fun watching it. Some of the set pieces are incredible. I don't know if it was the right film to start the summer with, or I guess restart movies with, because it's kind of a mind fuck. And you have to kind of, Brad said he saw it twice. I haven't seen it twice yet, but I'm sure if I see it again, then I'll be set up better for it, if that makes sense. And yeah,
it's so cerebral.
Ahead,
it's so cerebral that it's a lot to ask of. We obviously know a lot of the country's dumb, so
about 63 million of them.
Asking a bunch of stressed out people to think, when they just want to escape is, a lot to ask.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I thought it was interesting too, the choice that they made for the lead character, the protagonist played by John David Washington. He doesn't let you into the world, you know what I mean? So you can't really live through his eyes, because a lot of times his dialogue is just, we're going to bungee jump, or not very deep. And then it's only towards the end where Robert Pattinson reveals the big climax of how he ended up there, that you kind of understand why his character is that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's good. What's the lady in it? She's really good.
Elizabeth
I forget
Debicki.
her. Yeah, Elizabeth Debicki. She's really good.
Yeah.
In this film. And so is Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth Branagh is great. I
Terrifying.
guess everybody, everybody in the cast is really great. It's really well made. There's some really spectacular things going on in it. The car chase backwards, stuff like that is just incredible. So yeah, I mean, I recommend seeing it. Definitely. I mean, if you see it in a theater, you're definitely going to get your eardrums blown out. But it's really nice to see it on a big screen.
I mean, and I will also say that, like, even though it is that loud, I did enjoy it because it's so. I've never seen a film that loud, like at a theater before, and so it's a very unique experience, to say the least. And so
it is. You know, it's just like Tom Cruise said. You know, go see it on a big screen. I think you should.
Yeah.
But you know, I will say when I went and saw Tenet, I think there was like 5 or 6 people in my theater, and today I went and saw the new Mutants at 11:40 at the Mills. And there's like 5 or 6 people in that theater, so I think people might slowly start coming back more.
When I was checking for showtimes for my IMAX Tenet, it was over a course of a few days because I kept seeing like, oh, there's too many people here, so I'll wait and wait. You know, there's like, I think there's like 20 people when I was there, so it is the IMAX version, which is the one people know is the best version of it. So that's expected, but
yeah. And the only other thing I watched this week, I did spoil it on Twitter. I'm working on like 5 articles right now because it keeps me busy. And my new one is I have to do a setup. I was out with my wife 2 weeks ago, and we were at Walmart picking up dog food and something else. I don't remember. We passed
dog
the
food for
movie
your
section.
son. Jeez.
Yep, we keep him chained up, fucking Hills Have Eyes style.
Jesus.
And as we were passing the movie section, for $27.99 was the complete Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon series.
Oh, I knew it.
So I grabbed it and I
own them all. It's like, I want that deal.
I know. Can you like $27? I think it's something like 20 hours of cartoons. I'm not even joking.
It's over 100 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really pay attention to or really follow Mutant Turtles like at all, and I'd be like, that's a fucking steal. Like, I'll take that any day. So
it is. The only bummer is, Brad, do you have it where it's all in one package, or is yours spaced out?
Mine is each individual season in its own release.
That's the only bummer. Is so it's something like 24 or 26 discs. And it's in one like really big clamshell, and the way
weird.
they slide in is, I mean, they're all like locked in, but the way you get to them is kind of weird. But anyways, so look for that. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet.
I'll
but I've watched the first. yeah, you give me a name. And
how are we not tag
teaming
in this series?
I mean, you can if you want. I was gonna say it'd be fun if I write my review and then you kind of do a rebuttal. I could send it to you. And then you can fill in what you want to fill in.
Ryan is so wrong about this.
Watching it again, because I mean, I loved the show when I was a kid. The first couple episodes are kind of rough.
Really? Well, you're already wrong.
They're still fun. I don't remember April O'Neil being so voluptuous. As a kid,
dude, it's gross. Like if you follow like Turtles Instagram and Twitter, like some dudes, like I always seen her as like a platonic friend, but
yeah,
some dudes like really sexualize her. It's kind of gross.
Their shape of the watering her. But there is still lots of fun to be had. You know, they're just by rough, I mean like. The animation you can tell is on the cheap. They're missing some frames, and I still love the character of Shredder. I think he's really cool. I think the reveal of Kang is really cool. Krang, sorry. And yeah, it's fun. I mean, there's just some things I said, why does Shredder have cameras all over the city? Is that a thing from the comics?
No, not the Mirage
Yeah,
comics. It might
so
be in the
it's-
Archie series.
So that stuff's a little dorky, but what's really cool is the violence is awesome because all the foot soldiers are robots. So they're definitely chopping them in half, like ripping their heads off. So that's fun. And it's kind of cool. I haven't seen the cartoon in so long. Is hearing the voices again that I grew up with, being the Ninja Turtles. So that was a lot of fun to explore again. And I'll put up the first article pretty soon because the first season's only 6 episodes. So I'll have the first season wrapped up really soon.
It's interesting you think the first season's so rough. I would actually argue that's the best season, is those first handful of episodes. Like everything else after that is just silly and like.
Well, I mean, as so much as like production value. I think the story's fine.
Oh no, it
there's-
production value too. Like they'll switch masks and voices
Oh,
as it goes on.
I don't remember, but we're fixing to find out. Yeah, I was going through IMDb and I was looking at all the seasons, and I think it's season 8 or 9 where there's some episodes that are rated like 3.4, and then it's season 10, the last one, I think starts getting a little higher ratings on IMDb. It's really fascinating. But I mean, I'm excited to watch it. Even watching the first season, I remember those moments growing up. So I'm excited to see when they start getting, more of the other mutants like Leatherhead and stuff in there. That I always loved Leatherhead, so
Yeah.
we'll see if I still love him after I watch it again.
Season 9 and 10, they start to go dark, like the Batman the Animated Series. They even have it's called the Red Sky seasons. So they're definitely.
Well, I was going to say, I'm on the Wikipedia page for it right now, and under genre, it says comedy seasons 1 through 7 and drama seasons 8 through 10. So,
Oh yeah, they also get like mutation powers, so they can mutate into different animals at will. Yeah, yeah.
Right, well,
Also, like the first season's great because, like you said, they actually use their weapons on the foot soldiers. I think pretty much season 2 or 3 onward, parents wrote in and wanted less violence. So,
well, yeah, I mean, the first couple episodes are pretty violent. It's awesome.
yeah, that first whole season is it's great. Like later on, Michelangelo doesn't even have nunchucks anymore. He just uses a grappling hook on everything.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's okay. I will say that $28 for like 20 hours of content is
Sweet
incredible.
deal.
So
Yeah.
So yeah, and it comes with all the bonus discs too. So that's kind of cool. A lot of times when they repackage that stuff, they keep the bonuses off of it. So I'm excited. And that's what I watched this week. This week on Real Nerds Podcast, we saw The New Mutants. Brad, should people see The New Mutants?
When things like a malign film come along, I really, really hope for the best that maybe people are overreacting to how bad something is, to get pushed around so much. I wouldn't say this movie is terrible. I just think the script is really, at the end of the day. I think the dialogue is awful. I think the actors don't really know what to do with it in a lot of times, so they come across as bad actors. So story-wise, or effects-wise, it's great. It's on par with it, but it's really just kind of like any premium episode of a TV show released as a movie. So, it's like a Stranger Things episode, but in theaters.
Henry?
Yeah, going off of what Brad said, I did some research afterwards, and this film, back when it was initially pitched in fucking the 1700s, it feels, was pitched as like the first film of like a trilogy or something like that. So this was going to be part 1 of a trilogy or whatever, and of a trilogy that's no longer going to happen. And I will say you can tell. Like it does feel exactly like that, where it feels like just the pilot of like if fucking Netflix made an X-Men TV show or something like that. I don't really have. I think even I liked it more than you. I think it might just be that it was my first film back in theaters after so long, so I had the magic there. I'm more excusing to some of the stuff, but I will fully admit that there's not a lot of good in this film. But it's what a whimper of a way to end the X-Men franchise. So, but anyway, that's what I thought of it.
I think I'm in the same boat as both of you. I don't think it was a total disaster, but there's also not a lot of redeeming qualities to it. I mean, I like that they have a lot of Buffy references. Does that count?
Yeah.
But it's I don't know. I read an interview with the director, and he said it's probably the most hardcore PG-13 movie, and I said no way.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
It seemed really neutered.
Unless you talk about how many shower scenes there are with teens.
Yeah, besides like the kind of incessant like shower scenes inside boob in the film, then I don't know. Like,
but yeah, it's not horrible. It's not great. It kind of is just there. Here's the trailer for the new Mutants.
What's the last thing you remember, Danny? He said we had to run. The reason you survived is because you're a very uncommon girl. You're not alone. Not anymore. Do you know what mutants are? Would anyone like to share their first time? Rain?
I was 13. I thought it was a dream. I just lost control.
Sam?
I started panicking. People got hurt.
Roberto?
My girlfriend had burned her.
Liliana?
I killed 18 men, one by one. This isn't a hospital. It's a cage.
It's important we find out your power so we can help you get better.
I saw something I don't think she wanted me to see. I don't think we're here to get better.
This place takes your greatest fear and makes you live through it until it kills you.
Who's there? We can get out of this together.
The story for the New Mutants is when people discover their power, they're taken to some hospital until they can learn how to use their powers properly. And then when they use their powers properly, where they won't hurt themselves or anybody else, then they're supposedly sent free. And that's where we meet our cast of misfits, and there's only 5 kids in this whole hospital, I guess.
One of my favorite parts of this film is in the beginning when Game of Thrones girl is giving the main character like the rundown of where they are, and they're talking so rudely about the kid from Stranger Things when they're right next to him. Like, it's so like.
And you know, there's like some ideas here that are really interesting, but it just doesn't work. You know, I like the idea because Cannonball is such a like lame character, even in comics. But I like the idea that he couldn't control his powers, so he killed all the people in the mine, and that's why he's there. But you know, the main character, Danielle Moonstone, like her at the end where she's fighting the demon bear, going back to bad dialogue, you know, they're setting up this big thing with her coming out of this coma, I guess, that she was put in, and she stands up and she says, "No, stop, no."
Bad bear, no.
Yeah, and I don't know, when you were watching, maybe I was just, I don't know, it didn't seem like she had any force behind it. Like, she did not believe what she was saying in the movie.
Absolutely.
Well, to be fair, how do you deliver the line "no" in a way that, like, so?
I agree, because it's stupid, and so I think the actress is saying, okay, I guess I'll just say no. I guess it's supposed to be like a confident choice in her delivery, but I didn't get it.
Also, her whole dream sequence at the beginning of the movie, like, you know, it's supposed to be a mystery, but right away I'm just like, you know, she spends the rest of the movie trying to figure out like what her power is. And as an X-Men fan, I haven't read the New Mutants books at all, but I can still tell from the first scene that, like, oh yeah, she has the power of like conjuring dreams and annihilating everyone around her. So for the rest of the movie, I'm just not, there's no mystery that I'm waiting for. I'm just rolling my eyes at everyone not seeing that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. And in the comics, Moonstone, or I forget her original name, but anyways, she can like pull energy bow and arrows and stuff out and things like that. That's a cool power. The power to exploit people's fears is not that fun.
It's not cinematic, at least.
Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to do a Freddy Krueger thing. I don't know. But there's some parts that are okay. I mean, I think it's shot really well, but it's acted poorly. I don't know.
Well, it's like every single character in this film has an accent that's not their accent. That's not the actual performer's accent.
Yeah.
For basically no reason. Like and it's all. It's like, I remember my girlfriend did not like any of the accent work in the entire film. And I remember I told her, my opinion of it is that it's just so, everything is like, if this was a CW show, that's what I expect. All the accents are good enough for me to notice that you are trying to do an accent, and it's not offensively bad. And so, it's so stereotypical. Like, it's so Kentucky. And it's so Scotland or wherever she's from. And it's so Russian.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I don't know.
And too, like, so Magic, or Ilya, she can just teleport. Why don't you just teleport out of the fucking place?
Yeah.
Also, they're thwarted by this force field around the campus. And there's that one scene where she attacks Danny in the hospital, and then the nurse comes up and throws like her own force field out, signaling that she's the one who creates the force field around the campus, but none of the other kids put that together.
Yeah.
I know. And these kids are so strong, they should have just killed her anyways.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I mean, I think it's cool that Danny can conjure that huge bear. That would be like my weapon all the time, because nobody can beat it. So it's just like, hey, I'm going to create this 50-foot tall bear to eat everybody.
And then they try to make a Ileana, or what's her name?
Yeah,
Russian
something
girl.
like that.
They set her up as like, oh, well, she's going to be the badass to take down the bear. And then all she does is like swipe it with her sword a couple times, and it does almost nothing to that bear.
And then she like quits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Rodrigo guy where he's like, take this, so he can conjure fire, and he's really hot, and he picks up a church pew and tries to hit the bear with it. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
And they cannonball, even like they set up a shot of like cannonballs getting ready to attack the bear, and they just cut away to like, I think Danny or Wolf Girl, and nothing like there's no fight scene between Cannonball and the bear.
Yep.
Like,
it's like either they ran out of money or it's been edited heavily. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'm sure that like when COVID happened, like the editors and FX team went to like the producers or whoever and was like, listen, what are we going to do? This film isn't finished. And Disney was like, fuck it. Get it to a presentable stage and we'll just release it in a time when no one's going to see it. And so
it's an interesting film. Like I said, it's not horrible, but I don't know if there's ever going to be a moment where I'm going to watch it again.
Well, it's like, I liked this more than Dark Phoenix, maybe. But, like, it's just, I don't know. Like you said, I can't think of a single instance in which I would want to turn this on again. And so...
As a filmmaker, those shower scenes, like, why?
Yeah.
Like, nothing in the story or the dialogue points to, like, they need to discuss it. Like, if it's to reveal the scar on Wolf Girl, like,
it's really like a tank top.
There's another scene with a pool. Like, they could have all been hanging out at the pool. Yeah. I mean, they're probably, like, those girls are probably over 18, but, like, as characters, they're supposed to be younger.
Don't worry, they are. I looked because
I looked it up too.
Because I was watching, I said, this is a little uncomfortable, but the girl who plays Danny, she's like 25. So I go, okay, I feel a little better now.
And I think I looked it up too. The girl from Game of Thrones, I think, was also like 18 or 19, maybe even 20 when they shot the scene. So.
Yeah. But at the same time, when you watch it, you're like, ooh.
Yeah,
their characters are supposed to be younger, which is still, like, story-wise, like, ugh.
Yeah. Look at my most recent video on child nudity in film, and then I get all into that. So,
I think the idea is cool, I think, of taking mutants to a place to train them to be part of, Mr. Sinister's corporation or something. I like that idea, and, them being New Mutants is the reason why they have that name. But it's just, the execution's really sloppy.
Well, I was going to ask you guys, because I thought this was the case. When we see, like, the basically iPhone footage of, like, the torture that's happening there, is that the same footage that's from Logan?
It might be,
in the
but I'm pretty sure it's the same.
I think it is, because in the credits I did see, like, footage from Logan, like, credited. So I couldn't remember where it was, so...
I think it was just, like, spliced in with when the woman who gave Logan the X-23, when she sent, like, the video, basically, to him. I think they just took those clips, or maybe even, like, behind unused clips from that and then used that, and so...
I mean, sweet if they just had, like, a quick shot of, Logan.
Yeah.
Or it might have been Hugh Jackman's like, nah, mate, nah.
Just Logan and X-23 arrive. Or I guess that wouldn't make sense canonically, but fuck it. Logan and X-23 arrive at the end, and they're like, come with us. So...
At least it's only like an hour and 20 minutes, so...
Yeah.
It does go by fast. I mean, it doesn't drag at all. I mean, it's well-paced.
If anything, I'd argue that it goes a little too fast, where it's like, oh, we're done. Oh, okay. Like, so...
Yeah. No. Stop. Seems like a good place to end a film.
When we do the Nerdies in February, I want that to be one of the lines of the year is, no, stop. From Danny Moonstone from New Mutants. And so...
Yeah, because also even... we'll get out soon, but, like, they had, like, some really cool character moments when they go out and it's raining and hitting the force field, and, Danny and Rain are talking and they find out that, they like each other. I like that stuff, but it still feels like it needed to be fleshed out a little bit more.
Well, that's the thing that's, like, it's kind of a massive deal. Like, this is a superhero film that has a gay romance in it, but no one's talking about it because of all the other elements of this film. And so...
Yeah, true. Too right. But anyways, next week I have no idea what we're going to watch. We'll figure it out. I don't think there's any new movies coming out next week. I do know Batman 89 is playing in the theaters.
I've got tickets to it, so I'll be there.
There's that Devil All the Time on Netflix, which I've been looking forward to, that has Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson, that comes out on Wednesday.
We might do that one. That one's looks awesome.
It's called The Devil All the Time.
Oh, okay, that's in theaters. I mean, there's some small stuff in theaters.
Well, Devil All the Time is a Netflix original.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, is it in theaters still?
Like at the Landmark.
Oh, cool. I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't know that, yeah.
Yeah, I keep forgetting we actually...
Because the only wide release is Infidel, and I'm not giving money to that company. So
yeah, fuck that guy.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, we'll figure it out.
Cool. Yep. Totally. Henry, great hearing from you.
It's always a pleasure.
And everybody else, we'll see you at the movies. Brad, I see all the time, so fuck you.
Yeah. So sick of your face.
Totally. See you at the movies. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Real Nerds Podcast. Real Nerds Podcast is a production of Nebulous Visions Multimedia. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill and Plan 9 Studios for our kick-ass theme song. Also, if you're in the Denver area and you're looking for a cool place to see movies, we see them at the Alamo Drafthouse in Littleton and now also in Sloan's Lake. Thank you to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics for supplying us with all our comic needs, especially you, Andrew. You know who you are. And a big shout out to James's mom. I'm giving you an electronic hug that you can feel through the airwaves. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.